Another trip down this animal track today. Going to the Waterworks beach again after the success I had last time I was there. I had my physio appointment today as well, and they said to do some exercise. So here I am. I've just spotted a lump of flint down here. Thought I would do a reveal on it in case it's a really nice core. It's unlikely, I guess. Just a huge flake. It's been a while since I've had my phone out here, but I've just picked up this scraper. It's a strange one. It's missing kind of an area here of retouch, but it's worked around this edge and around here. So a scraper. And it's like, it looks almost like it's retouch performed on an old flake as well. It's patinated on the top, but not the retouch. Kind of strange. But I also wondered if this might be a scraper down here. This curved edge at the distal end of this struck flake just looks kind of scraper-like. And this was right next to where the other one was. That's a much nicer one. That's a lovely scraper. Two scrapers right next to each other. This one was about there. That's a beauty. Let's give this a clean. Yeah, that's a beautiful working edge. I wonder if this one isn't pitted wear. Really cool. It is strange that they should be so close to each other, these two scrapers. It almost makes me wonder if they're really not far from their original deposit spot, you know? Lovely find, that. Not many scrapers this season. I missed those two on Saturday. I usually tend to kind of, you know, hide them under this kind of stuff so I don't find them again. So I'll do that now. Yeah, hopefully something else really nice will show up today. But I did have a very good look on Saturday. Well, it seems I missed a fair amount of stuff on Saturday. Really nice, very Kongomossa looking blade here. Almost prismatic, if not for this central facet down there. Those were the blades that I'm aiming for a lot of the time with a central facet. It's very common to find them like this. It is like that was the aim. It feels like it anyway. Yeah, that, a nice one. There was this crested blade as well. Prep work along it. Zigzaggy prep work where they made this a straight edge so they could force off a straight blade struck this way. Yeah, that one. This is the distal of a blade, but there's actually retouch. Really nice truncation on the end of this. Convex retouch, convex blunting. That's nice work, that. I dare say that was done with an antler, because that's the only way I can make it look like that at home. I'll post a picture of one I made with similar, you know, long-ish flakes pushed up towards the centre of the dorsal, that central rise. Yeah, this. But I think the best find of all is down here. Now, I haven't cleaned it yet. I think it's in this beautiful red, is it Sinoan flint? I'll put this in the corner as well, what this flint type is. But it's like this really glassy, reddish purple flint. And this is also a scraper. And it's kind of strange in that it has these two symmetrical notches at the bottom. So I wonder how this was used. But let's give it a clean anyway. It had some kind of algae stuff on top that will hopefully come off. Yeah, nice retouch up at the distal. With those two notches, it's almost like it's been used to widen a hole or something. That's a cool find. It's got a thinning flake up this ventral side as well. It's contemporary. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like that a lot. Really interesting flint as well, quite rare. It does show up around here, but it's not the usual. Yeah, I like that. A day for scrapers then. It looks like it was used in quite a hard material as well. There's some deep scarring in there. Fun. It is a little bit windy today, so excuse the sound quality, but I'm at a new beach. It's a real adventure. It's such a beautiful place. Now, I really struggled to find any pieces of flint. I did find one blade section over there by the stream. And there was tons of gravel to check all the way through here. And there was nothing to find. But I just bent down and picked up this one. It's a small hammerstone. It's been hammered around there and then just slightly more on this side. And you can see it's been flaked. And then I looked up, and in this gravel here, there is flint everywhere. So I've found a really nice little hotspot here for finds. I've not checked anything yet, but there's this down here. What's this? Nice blade flake. Chunk of a big macro blade there. Now I'm sure I've peered down at a few of these, and some of them must be scrapers. There's a few that are really scraper shaped. Flake, nice chunky blade section there. This all needs a proper check of the direction of the strikes and stuff. This could be a transverse. No, it's buried, something bigger buried. Right, where was one of these scraper type looking things? Where did you go? This one. This so looks like a scraper. Yep, it is. It's a very thin working edge, but it has been retouched around there at the top. I will keep filming to a minimum today and just show you the really amazing pieces, if there are any. This one down here looks kind of nice as well. It's just the blade. I thought it might be retouched at this end, but it's the proximal. Another blade section here with really nice retouch. Wow. That's really good retouch on there. Blimey. Just bone galore. Oh dear. There really is a lot of bone around. I've looked at these two pieces already. A huge rib, really long, thin rib, and this big old chunk. There's pieces like this all over the place, but this one was quite interesting, I thought. I think it could be a tusk from a wild boar, or the tip of one. So much bone. Another huge red deer ulna there. I've just come down to the water's edge to wash this one as well now. It's another tooth looking thing, like a canine perhaps. I wish I knew more about this stuff, but it looks kind of tooth-like to me. It doesn't look like a wild boar tusk, at least. That much I know for this one. Again, I'll put the ID in the corner when I speak to my tooth guys. Interesting stuff. Sorry for the lack of flint, but this one was interesting as well. It's an old bottle top. Still got the cork in it. Unbelievable. So much interesting gear around here in this little patch. This is getting ridiculous now. The next thing I picked up is this other one with a metal stopper with a cork underneath. I've pulled it out. And not only that, it actually has my name on it at the top there. Paulie, Stockholm. There's the cork. I'll look that up and see what it was. It's a big old lump of raw flint with a hagstone. I think the hole goes all the way through. Yeah, it does. Now this isn't natural to the area, so this has been brought here. Yet another cool hagstone, similar to the one I found on the other side of the lake earlier in the season. Now I've been told that these were used as prehistoric fishing weights, or net weights, so that's kind of cool. I wonder if that was another one of those. I dare say it was. It looks like good quality flint in there. Yeah, another fun find. Now I don't know what this piece of wood is. It's not prehistoric, but it's very cool. It's probably old. I don't know, it could be medieval. No, that's just a stick. No, hardly any flint around here. I'm hoping to find a spread at some point. Fingers crossed. I hope this is the platform with a nice big core. It could just be a flake set on the surface. Core or flake. There's some resistance. Okay, it is a core. But I was hoping that that was the platform and there was going to be some really nice blade removals going down it. It's still a cool core. Lots of small little flakes. Difficult to date. Could be late Mesolithic. I'm still going. I kind of want to get to that corner there, which might be a bit of a trap for bones. And I found the first decent piece of flint in ages. I've not touched it yet, but it has to be a nice blade, I think. I mean, I'm not exactly spoilt for flint today, but that's a nice blade. It's a bit rolled. Really nice central facet on there, eh? But look at the chatter. This is really like the kind of chatter you'd see on Thames flints, almost. Wow. Tons of rolling. But a nice blade. Let's try and dry the dorsal. Fun to finally see a piece of flint that's a good one. I found the odd flake here and there, and that core was pretty decent. But that's a nice blade. I mean, it's a beautifully napped blade. Superb blade work. Right, onwards. Right, I'm finally sniffing around down by this corner here. I've started to find bones, so I wasn't wrong about it being a bit of a trap. This one first, it's a modern-ish one, so I'm going to take it and try and turn it into something, I think. Could be fun. Strange piece of wood. But I also saw this absolutely amazing plank of wood here. I would love to take this home. I love a bit of driftwood. And this one's an absolute beauty. 2.5 meters long. A couple of flint finds, finally. A blade. Decently struck blade. Struck this way. And a scraper. a proper tool. First of the day, I think. Let's have a look at this retouch. It's quite heavily rolled, but I think it's consistent around this curved edge enough to be able to say with some confidence that that's probably a scraper. The other edges are, you know, cleanish compared to that. So a little scraper, finally. But I also spotted something else down here. It's more old iron. It's a really old, I mean, it could be very old. I suppose it's a mule shoe or an ass shoe rather than a horse. I wish I could remember what this would sort of date to in this shape. I feel like it's, you know, 1700s and older though. Yeah, another interesting one. That can stay there. Right, I've made it down to these larger stones here, and there wasn't the amount of bone that I was hoping for. So, time to turn around and head back. I'm back again, it's the next day here. I wasn't going to do much filming, but I've just found this and it seems to be a lovely scraper. This looks like a real beauty. Alright, the working edge isn't quite so good. But it's a nice scraper. It had a really good ventral view, that's the thing, this nice curved edge. Oh, go on then, I'll do a reveal on this down here. Wow. Big broad blade. That last blade had a lovely patina when I cleaned it. I'll put a photo up. Real beauty, lovely colours, cool kind of speckles as well. But now I've just seen this other quite large blade, pointy at one end. I don't think there's any secondary work on it or anything, but it's just a very nice blade in this leafy shape in beautiful flint. There's a few pieces around, you know. I mean, I have walked here many times when the lake isn't this low, and there's the occasional flake, but nothing like this. So it's quite interesting to see the difference that the low water levels can make out here. I've made it pretty far down the beach now. Not much flint at all, sadly, but I have just found this really cool wild boar tusk. There's no denying what that one is. Yeah, very cool. And I saw this just as I bent down. Is this a flint blade? Is this the first piece of flint I've found in ages? Stop it. Lovely straight blade. Any evidence of use is long gone. Looks kind of Kongomosa though, with this central facet. Fun stuff. I'm almost at the end now though, so I don't know, there's still chance for something incredible. There could be a decent core down here. I hope it's a core and not just a flake. Oh, it's just a flake. But it's from what would have been a lovely blade core. Found this one a moment ago. It's actually a truncated blade. A tool blade. There's a concave truncation here at the proximal, maybe. But I also got my phone up because there was just this beautiful white and blue patinated, very straight prismatic even prismatic. This lovely blade here as well. There is some activity around here, not tons, you know, it's just blades and the occasional flake, but there is stuff around almost everywhere you go on the lake. Just found this huge red deer jaw here, complete with the teeth. One of them at the end here fell out as I was cleaning it. But look at this, it's got cut marks right on the end of the jaw there. They're definitely cut marks, and it's interesting because there's actually some on the other side as well. Right there by the end of the nose. Interesting. I don't know how old this one is. Put it back with its tooth. It is quite amazing what you miss. I mean, I'm basically running back now, but I just found this kind of cool scraper in a bluish purpley patina. It's retouched on this lateral edge as well. Try and dry the retouch a bit. Yeah, retouched on this lateral edge and the distal for a cool little scraper. Well, I came back to the Waterworks beach again today, and it's been a quiet one, I have to say, for finds. Just found this nice blade though. I say a nice blade, it's probably a UP, or it could be UP. Interesting material. And I was just about to chuck this on the ground and start pacing away, and I've seen this down here. Now this has to be a nice transverse. This is the first transverse I've found on this side of the lake for a long time. I cannot even remember. It must be one. It is, and it's a lovely one as well. Get in, that's a result. Really pointy tang. I go and give it a clean all this sand off. Show you again, lovely ventral view. Whew. Not a completely wasted trip out then. Okay, here it is cleaned up. Really nice retouch. It's relatively sharp for this side of the lake, if you know what I mean. It's like not so rolled. They can appear quite rolled from around here. I've never found a transverse out on this part of the beach either. Never ever, so that is quite a nice one. Quite a momentous occasion, let's say. I have found them before over there where you can see that chap walking along, but never anywhere near here. Result. Back it goes next to this blade. Just stumbled across this old knife blade. It's probably not that old, but fun. I am at a totally different beach today. I've never been here in my life. I want to check all the places I've never been while the lake is so low, or the places I don't go much. Like I say though, I've never been here before, and it's taken me a long time to find my first piece of flint. And it's a bit kind of strange, honestly, because it's this actually quite a decent core. Bladelet core. Platform up there, some removals coming this way, and then this kind of blade mining. Difficult to date this, honestly, but the strange thing is to find a core but no other flakes. First piece of flint all morning, being a core though, kind of nice. I'll put it back on the way back. Wow. You know, I saw this from a distance and thought it looked like a dead seal. And then I laughed in my head thinking, you know, there's no seals around here. I thought, honestly, it was just a rock, but wow. Oh dear, what fakery. Look at this. Bastards. I really thought I'd found polished axe there. It's about the right size, and with this facet down the side, from that angle, you know, from a distance, that really, really looks like one. No, I got sick of walking around out on the lake and not finding anything, so I came to the Field of Dreams, or the field next to the Field of Dreams. Right, this one down here has a retouched edge. Hopefully it's an arrowhead. Oh, it is. A thin one. Thin and chunky. Get in. I'll give this one a clean and show you again. Here's that arrowhead cleaned then, or at least as clean as I can get it out here in the muddy field. Like I say, quite a chunky one on the side profile compared to some. And yeah, missing a big chunk of that leading edge. Maybe from impact, but it's hard to say honestly. Yep, fun stuff. I'm going to go now though. Starting to rain. My gosh, it was cold out there today. I underdressed really. I actually wanted to go and check out the lake because I was editing the video today with the footage from back in late December. It's now February the 1st or 2nd. Now, when I was watching back the footage, one of my little cut scenes was a piece of dressed medieval, you know, early medieval, perhaps stone. And I kind of thought to myself, I kind of want that. So I went back in search of it today, and sadly, someone had the same idea. It's gone. So I didn't get my dressed piece of stone. It was really cool, like really nice stone masonry. I mean, I guess it was quite old. But anyway, I also didn't have an outro clip, so that's also what this is. So Happy New Year, finally, everyone. And the only other thing I want to mention is the fact that Scott Law sent me an amazing package full of napping, and there's a short of that on YouTube with some photos and stuff, and also a reel on my Instagram. So if you haven't seen that, go and check that out because it's some amazing napping. But otherwise, yeah, again, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a good Christmas. It seems like ages ago now. And thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time. But I don't know when that'll be because the weather is looking very cold for a long time. But the day will eventually arrive, as it always does, and we'll get out and do a bit more flinting. Anyway, see you next time.